All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am in the house with a Shirogorov Ursus line, Quantum Ursus NL, here with me for a video. We're gonna check out the look, we're gonna check out the sound, we're gonna check out the feel of this bad boy. But you know what is going on. You don't have to forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think. Check out Fablades.com and at Fablades on Instagram if you like nice pictures. And check this out. New brown box for Shirogorov. This is the Ursus line, so I'm expecting some more budget-friendly options from Shirogorov maybe this year. Of course, black microfiber cloth and a certificate of authenticity stating serial number and everything else. So, and here is your blade. Look at that. Let's quickly see the size. 4 inches is going to be the cutting edge and 5 is going to be the handle, but overall combined is a little bit under 9 inches, like 8.8, something like that real. Let's quickly compare this guy up against a couple options from Benchmade, mini bug out and bug out. Yeah, they're small. This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and up here you get to see the Para 3, right? That's still like, I mean, Paramilitary 2 is not a small knife, but looks small compared to the Quantum right over here. And here you get to see a couple of options from Chris Reeve Knives, and that's the small Sebenza 21, and this is the large Sebenza 21, just a tiny one. Look at that, because I like it. I like them. These small knives like Enrique Peña, that's an Apache, and this is also Chris Reeve Knives, Menandi. So small knives. Let me show you just a couple big boys, a little bit more expensive. Here we got a large Nirvana 4.0 by Peter Rassenti. This up here is Holt Bladeworks haptic. You get to see a Morpheus down here, and why not, you get to see a Spectre up here, so all the Holt family still smaller than that. But just to see another something gorgeous from Shirogorov, that's the Hattie Bronze, same size, but just because this is the Neon NL custom division, just to show you how big is the Quantum NL Ursus, which is the budget line from Shirogorov. First time that something is under 700 bucks. This is a 625 made in Russia. It is derived from the Quantum knife, which is a very cool one. You can also check my review on that one. This is a Persian style blade, and it's a nice frame lock. It's very cool. It has some features like stripped down from the 3 bears, because we can consider this one as a 1 bear. So like the entry level, the lowest tier of the Shirogorov production is going to be this one. And it's going to give you like a ticket to enter the Shirogorov world, which is amazing. I like Shirogorov's knives, Shirogorov knives very much. And this is not a secret, but I mean, this is going to give you a glimpse with a cheaper price tag of what Shirogorov is all about. I mean, first of all, we have like some pretty cool lines, Persian style blade, upswept, a nice sweeping down handle. This is derived, as I was saying, from the Quantum. It has less 3D milling going on the scales, but still you get a set of titanium scales with some nicely inlaid wood. Pretty cool grain, you can check right over here. The finish on the handle is stone washed to conceal scratches. You have, of course, like this finger groove going on over here, which can allocate 2 fingers right underneath the flipper tab. And overall, the design is nice and flowing. I like this. You see like that upswept lines. It's pretty cool. You have, of course, chamfering, like rounded edges on the outside. Here just changes, gets to this kind of design. It's very cool, the transition right there. And of course you get internal chamfering. You get not extensive internal milling. You have a little bit, as you can see from this angle, some lightning pockets on the inside, but not as deep as you would find in a 3-bear. But there's, yeah, still something is going on. And of course, like, they had to save some money, so they removed the backspacer and they just added this standoff right over here, which is needs to be aligned because it's like not round, so that's good. And also these 3 pins right there. The pins are useful because you see you can't snag the tip, you can touch the tip of the blade, which is safely recessed down here. You would have to just, yeah, no, that's safe. So there's a reason why these 3 pins are here. And there's a reason why the backspacer is not here. They had the show side scale milled out to create this hole for the lanyard. Some nice and fine milling lines right over there. That's pretty cool. Also, you have another, you see, very fine milling line right over here. So that's nice as well. The construction is typical, simple Shirogorov pivot screw and handle screw. So 2 screws to take apart. Get a nice mat and some tweezers because you're going to have some ball bearings flying around once you get to take this guy apart. But pretty straightforward disassembly. It just needs some patience and just be careful. You can also check my video on this one. There is, of course, a stainless steel lock face insert screwed in from the outside, which is also including an integrated over travel lock bar stabilizer, and that's very good. You have an external milled lock bar cutout relief, which is unusual. I mean, to see milling lines in the relief is just a gorgeous thing. Like, you know what I'm talking about. And it's very, very good to actually notice that detail that's going on in that particular spot. You get I think that's a ceramic detent ball with a detent ball ramp, of course. Yeah, and you get a titanium tip-up carry only, I would say deep carry pocket clip. So this much is going to be sticking out from your pocket. It's not reversible. It's nicely milled, of course. It's beautifully working because the conformation, the design is just spectacular here, taking advantage of the pocket so you can snag the fabric right underneath that, and this is just touching the scale right here and not the actual lock bar. So that's a very clever design in my opinion. Also, you have, of course, this blade right over here. Would you look at that? I mean, just check the profile. Excellent lines for this Persian blade. I mean, that's very, very clean, all stone washed, so there's no dual tone finish for the blade. You get some jimping on the blade, which is functional. It's a little bit too short, but still, it's good. If you want to choke up, you have nothing here, but this is quite functional. You have, of course, some nice chamfering going on the blade. It just stops right at this point to keep the tip thickness intact, I would say. And then basically you have 80% of belly and a straight edge to the sharpening choil, which in this case is a little bit different. Look at that. So, for example, if we take this, you see that the blade, it just sticks out a little bit more, so it's easier to sharpen, definitely, than this one, as you can see. So, there's that. There's, of course, the logo over here and the Chromax PM laser etched logo on the back. Chromax PN is pretty much LMAX, very similar to LMAX steel. And that's why I'm saying this is kind of like considered like one bear, so lower end steel, not M390, not even S90V. That's reserved for the custom division lineup, but still, it's very good. I mean, LMAX is a great steel, very, very user friendly. Also, so minimal billboarding, I was saying, classic plunge grind in the Shirogorov style, but the sharpening choil is just a little bit different than we're normally used to. So blade stock is very thin compared to, like, for example, like this guy over here. I believe that's 3.5 and this is 4 millimeters. Nice and slicey, nice flat grind, very thin behind the edge. Pretty cool slicer, guys, 100%. And also there is the sound, which is schwack. It's nice, percussive, it's not loud. It's a nice clack and tink and clack and tink. It's a pretty good sound, nothing special, nothing crazy. It's not like the 111, but still very decent sound from this Ursus Quantum NL. Also, let's quickly check the weight actually, because it's not that bad. There's no backspacer, the stock is of the blade is relatively thin, and this guy is gonna be weighing in at 4.44 ounces, so not too shabby. The grip is fantastic. It's phenomenal. There's zero hot spots, no sharp edges. The grip, it feels just really good in the hand. The cutout here, the real estate to access the lock bar is sufficient. I mean, it's sufficiently wide to access it, to just close the blade like so. Jimping is not that aggressive, not much bite into it, but still it works well. You can actually do a very nice reverse grip, like absolutely feels great in the hand, especially there's no hot spots from the pocket clip. The inlay is just adding a little bit of texture and a little bit of thickness, so it's just gonna feel good in the hand, feels solid, even if there's no backspacer, just like a standoff. But really, you can't really flex these. These are thick slabs of titanium, so it's not gonna go anywhere. Fit and finish is classic from Shirogorov, is just like spotless. There's everything is where it's supposed to be. It's well put together. There's no lock stick, lock rock, blade play. This thing is just a solid chunk of metal wood put together. Really, really cool. Indeed. The clip has a very strong tension, I have to say that. So it's gonna get clipped on the fabrics of your pants or whatever, and it's gonna go anywhere. That's I promise. So probably a little bit too stiff for my taste, but still works great. This guy is sporting a single row roller bearings, as you can see from this logo right up there. So single row roller bearings, not multi-row, but still it works phenomenally. This is really the best single row bearing system that I've ever tried so far. There's nothing wrong with not a multi-row bearing system on a pivot. It's just really, really good. The action is a classic Shiro smooth gliding shot, very fast in deploying and very smooth in closing, so really cool. Of course, you have a late detent ball ramp, which means that the detent ball hits the tang of the blade at this angle right over here, and then you have the detent ball ramp, which is up to this point, and then now the detent ball is on the tang of the blade, and then you can just close the knife. So for example, if you compare the same thing with the F95-0, that is going to be the angle where the detent ball hits the ramp, and this is the angle on the Quantum. So very, very different. So very different closing action for the Quantum NL Ursus. You have to just go past that point, and then you can hold it in the vertical position and enjoy the gliding shot action of this gorgeous Shirogorov right there. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.